welcome. It's Rose. Let's get started. I'm using freebies from, well, I'm not exactly sure. They're still, I'll leave the link in the description box below. These two and this one are all part of, I'm not sure if they're this week that comes out tomorrow or if they're last week's. But they're, it's a 3-page freebie, Easter freebie. And I included background. So what I've done is print these on both sides here. So I'm going to use some of that. And what I did is also print them 2 to a page, because I'm going to want these, that's the portion that I'm going to use for these smaller elements. Okay, so I'm using that. And then I'm using this, I'm again printed 2 to a page, and this is actually just because it's a freebie. I'll also put the link there. It's just because 2602, and that's from January. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to use these ladies as my focal point. And let's see, just to let you know, I'm going to use these tags, and this too. This is from another Freya Friday freebie, but I think it's the one in the end of March. I'm going to use these tags, the large tags from there, as my base. And while I'm here, just to show you, just in case, okay, so there's a lot of other Easter freebies, so you might want to, I'm just showing you in case this is more your color. This month I have 3 colors of Easter things that are coming in a Freya Friday freebie. So there's the purple ones, so those, and it has this background. And I'm not showing the blue one, but there's also a blue one that has some similar items. So if pink isn't what you're doing for your Easter journal, or maybe you're doing a combination, make sure you look for the link to the Freya Friday freebies in the comment box below. And with no further ado, I think we will get started. I'm going to go ahead and collage here on this page before I cut it out. And I did, I'm going to take just a second to cut things out here so that I'll have them ready to go. Okay, I thought I'd show you the scissors that I use for fussy cutting. So they're small, they're very small. And they're small because I can get the most maneuverability. The access is small enough that it makes cutting smaller parts fairly easy. And what I just do is try and keep my hand that has the scissors in it fairly steady, but use my left hand to guide my page. Show you there. This freebie has the ladies with an outline, if you would prefer a fussy cut outline, and then without. So I'm going to go ahead and attend to that, and I'll be back. I'm going to show you one other thing about the fussy cutting. So you can see that quite a few places often I find that if I want to get something really up close, I'm end up with white spots like this or over here. So on this one is small enough that I'm going to cut up the arm and just remove her white that I can see here. But that would be a problem over here on this other side if I, oops. Here I would be cutting into the arm. So what I do is generally find a place where there is a solid line and cut anyway. And depending on what I'm going to do with it, I may do a repair after. But I want to make sure that I get this cut out so that it looks like it's on the background. Without doing that, it makes a difference in whether the fussy cut looks like it's on the background or not. So I had to choose between, since I'm just going to have time for 2 tags, I think I actually am going to do these 2 here. I cut out and picked 2 wings and set those aside too. And I have all my bits cut up just to show you. The little bits. I used a couple of the bigger pieces here, including the one larger part of the tulip envelope here, this part. So what I'm going to do now is I've left these together on purpose for a very specific reason, which is because I want to be able to kind of alternate over the collage, and it'll make it look a little more realistic if I don't start exactly at this edge and end at that edge. So leaving it together until I get the collage done will kind of help with the way that it looks as far as it being random. So I'm just going to trim this edge here. And cut out this part of things. And I'm going to cut the bottom edge off also. Okay, and I do want to pay attention to my back, and I most often use book page to do that because you don't see it very often, but you could use some of the background paper and one of the other freebies, or it would be fun to use some of the pattern paper on the back. I'm just going to use book page, and I'm going to go ahead and use my Fabri-Tac and add it. And I want to make sure that really good where the 2 tags come together, and I'm going to be cutting them apart, that there's plenty and ample glue there so that my edges don't pop up. Down. I'm going to actually be adding some ruffle, so I'm going to cut out the 2 edges that I'm going to add the ruffle to. So I'm going to use some coffee filter paper here and ink up the edges. And then cut in the rounded so that I kind of keep this about the same width. And let's put that along this side here. So the trick to these is just to kind of smush it up. And I'm adding Fabri-Tac all along this edge. And you could have hidden this in between here. That's another nice way to do it. And fold it under. could do the same thing with book page. And I think I'm actually just going to add a different kind of decoration on the bottom there. But you want to put if you're going to add a ruffle or anything like that, you want to put it before you put your collage together. So I'm just going to add some on the edge there. And I'm going to ink to kind of bring up or emphasize some of the ruffle parts. Okay. Just pat on this side. Okay, we can go ahead and start our collage now, and I'm going to actually just stop talking, and I will put on a little music and you can watch how I collage. Okay, I've put these down, and then I realized that what I really want to do is be able to focus on creating a little bit more of a pop with the two distinct colors. So I'm actually going to only use this here in the center and glue it and then cut it, and I'm going to separate these because I realized I think I'm actually going to utilize the color more for the pop. So we'll just put this here like this. I've also cut out some of the elements of the flowers so that they're a little bit uneven. There's that one and this one, and I'll do that in a couple other places so that they also kind of can sit on top of the collage and it doesn't look exactly like just square elements. So I think I'll use my paper trimmer. Okay, here's those tags. They're all done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you'll join me again soon. Make sure you grab the freebies to create something that brings your heart some joy today. And we'll see you in the next video. Thank you. I'm Rose.